issues of one sort or another for some 30 years now, off and on. And every time that we have public input on these things, I've noticed that this is a consistent pattern that the vast majority, and sometimes everybody who's here, who actually lives in the village, speaks against said development. There's always, there's one or two maybe that aren't. And then when it comes time for there to be anybody from the audience who actually is speaking in favor of the development, all or most of them are people who don't live in the village. Now I know we have at least one person against this who doesn't live in the village, apparently, but of the 3 people that spoke in favor of this, 2 live in Kings Point. I know every street in Great Neck, so I know what addresses people live at when they introduce things here. This has been a consistent pattern, which indicates to me that people are getting, like, friends, relatives, kids, whatever, to come and sort of stuff these meetings to speak in favor of projects that don't necessarily have any bearing directly on, that they don't live in the village. Kings Point, is a wealthier village than we are. They, and frankly, there have been areas of, zoning and law where they have lorded it over us in the past. I don't go to Kings Point meetings and complain about stuff there, or raise issues about, maybe I should, I don't know. But, but I just, if somebody is going to introduce themselves and be from another village or, whatever, then maybe they should say that, when they're introducing themselves.
That's what we ask addresses.
Okay. That's it.
All right. I think we've heard. So I think what we've heard is a couple of things. Is the height is an issue. The setback, as I mentioned, the 4th floor is an issue. The 4th floor is apparently an issue. The density, there's not much we can do. As far as the incentive, you need to show what it is that is going to benefit not only the, as far as the community benefit fund, but also what it's going to show for the people who are coming there and what kind of people can benefit from these, and how it is that you're going to address the possible traffic that is going to be created if this project goes through. I do understand and agree that Guth Isle is a narrow road. There are 12 residents currently living there, and I would suggest for you to show some kind of a study that will indicate what is going to be the rate of the people in any building of such size, entering and exiting at any time, and if that is going to significantly or even partially affect the traffic on Guth Isle. I don't think, based on my limited understanding, that this is going to significantly or even insignificantly increase the traffic on Middle Neck Road, but it can possibly affect Guth Isle, especially if that traffic light is going to be of significance. As far as having a curb cut on Middle Neck Road, it may be an answer, and I know that it also may take some time to get that approval from the DPW, Nassau County DPW. I don't know, and again, you can tell me, if because of the distance, this project has to go to Nassau County Planning Board, but I don't know if it has to go to Nassau County DPW if you're not going to have a curb cut on Middle Neck Road. I did say in the previous meetings that I will do my best to speak to the county executive and her boards regarding the delay, because I do want to see developments happen in Great Neck. I think that's the way you can keep the village vitalized. But obviously we can we have to see what benefits the village is getting and how we can ameliorate all these issues that have been brought up.
I would only like to respond to two things that were raised. One is with respect to lot coverage, and there was a comment that in fact our lot coverage, which is limited at 60%, is being exceeded. In fact, our lot coverage is 19.3%, with 60% that is permitted. The other item that I would like to immediately address is the setbacks. We are setting back 20 feet from the property line on Middle Neck Road. We're setting back 15 feet, I think 4 inches. We're required to set back 15 feet on Gluntile. So the setbacks are there. And we will certainly take into consideration the comment that I think was the first item that you had raised, and that is the setback of the 4th floor. I would also just like to highlight the issue with respect to the curb cut on Middle Neck Road is not only a question of time, it's a question of whether it's reality. Because of the items that I pointed out during my answer to my friend's very artful question, the location of that curb cut, its distance to the corner, its relationship to the traffic control device that exists there, the ability or actually the inability to make left turns. I think we could be at it for 15 years with the county and they will not relent. Again, I'm not a traffic engineer. We will have our traffic engineer opine to that based upon their experience and knowledge. It very may well be that having an exit on Middle Neck Road to eliminate one curb cut that already exists on Gluntile, to alleviate a perceived traffic issue, which has not been established other than anecdotally, can create greater traffic implications, negative implications. Think about the cars. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be 44 cars exiting in one point, because they never will be. But having cars exiting from a curb cut driveway on Middle Neck Road and being forced to turn right, because they will not, this I can guarantee, the county, if they were to permit that curb cut, will not permit left turns out of that driveway. Putting all those cars going north creates and exacerbates a traffic issue, creates a traffic issue that wouldn't otherwise exist. Again, opinion, I don't have PE after my name. I've been doing this long enough and dealt with more traffic studies and traffic engineers than I have fingers on my hand. I've learned a bit, but we'll leave it to the experts and we will respond to everything that you've given.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't read your little letter. Excuse me.
Under 60.
Yeah, it's under 60, it's 48%. It's not the number I have given. I was given a very, very small, and not a magnifying glass to be able to read it, so I apologize.
Okay, seeing no more comments, I am going to actually ask for the meeting to be adjourned. I would put everything else on, table all the other agendas. Well, okay, people can, we're going to do the abstract for whoever wants to stay for the abstract.
Thank you very much for your attention. I know it's been a long evening. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Motion to approve the abstract.
What's nice marketing? It's just one item.
Did I sign? Yes, I did. I signed.
To the other side. So what is it? It was very thin. So pending that response, I make a motion to approve.
This is
All right.
Hello, all in favor?
Aye.
Hearing none, any opposed?
No.
Carries.
I thought you were gonna do the banner quickly also, alright, so,
Request by the Rainier Club District to put a banner up, starting this Friday. The banner looks like this.
because we're just gonna mention something about the parks also, I wanted to congratulate them for really injecting some life into our village by putting the lights up. We're going on the 8th of December, there will be the lighting of the trees and also the outdoor skating rink. The ice skating rink is going to come to our village for the first time, unfortunately for only 1 month, but I wanted to congratulate the board for I'm sorry, not the park district for putting this out there. It's a great idea, and I'm hoping that it's going to help revitalize the village and the peninsula.
But if it's a success, they're going to keep it open for the end of January to February maybe,
Well, we'll see.
if it pays.
Well, it's their decision, but I personally, I think it's a great idea. Anything else you wanted to discuss before? You want to show the banner?
The banner is looking like this, it's 4 feet by 30 feet that goes across Middle Neck Road in intersection of Lewis Lane.
I can see it. This is the banner?
Yes.
Beautiful. Yes, excellent.
It's temporarily only for a month.
Well, so this is, okay.
Just the side of it, not the white part, just the other.
It's on the website, a bigger version of that is on the website.
This is an official on the website. I downloaded it from there.
This is dated, this is that